Good afternoon and welcome. And I appreciate you all being here. This is a fantastic crowd. I think it's a record for our school. We have almost 800 people in the room. So thank you all for being here and coming from far distances, and it's a fantastic thing to see. I'm Dwayne Meswa, the Stephen Scharf Interim Dean of Oakland University William Beaumont School of Medicine, or as OUWB. I'm privileged to welcome you to the school's 9th White Coat Ceremony. Before I begin today, I'd like to remember a friend of OUWB who passed away last week Saturday, L. Brooks Patterson. Brooks was an Oakland County executive who played a key role in establishing our medical school. Here's a photo from the very first White Coat Ceremony in 2011. Brooks is in the middle of the two men, Beaumont leaders, Chief Executive Officer Ken Matzik and Chairman of the Board Steve Howard, who were also influential in establishing the school. Those of you from Michigan know that Brooks was a tenacious politician in our state, spending 26 years in the office of Oakland County Executive. We will remember him for his steadfast support of Oakland University and Beaumont Health collaboration that formed OUWB, the first MD granting allopathic medical school in Michigan since 1964. I ask that we take a moment of silence in his memory. Thank you. At this time, I'd like to call your attention to the symbol on the screen. This is the patch that appears on the white coats that our students are going to receive today. It represents OUWB's core values, and it is proudly worn by faculty members, residents, fellows, and medical students. The colors of our patch are significant. They represent our school's two founding institutions. The inner blue circle represents Beaumont Health. The outer circle, gold circle, represents Oakland University. The circular patch is significant, as circles represent a community, a word that we use very often amongst us. The two circles of our patch remind us of OUWB's mission, to be a community serving its community, locally, regionally, nationally, and globally. The patch itself is a symbol. It represents the knowledge and technical skills that we acquire and master. And it stands for the personal attributes of an OUWB trained physician, the attributes that contribute to a compassionate, altruistic, empathetic, and engaged physician. The other day, I was reviewing a survey from our graduates, and I saw a question in there and the answer. This was an OUWB trained physician. I was pleased to read his comment, which lent itself nicely to the remarks about our patch. He pointed out yet another meaning of the circles to him, and I'd like to share that. He said the circle within a circle carries over to our personal interaction, too, with each other, our patients, and the faculty. This is the OUWB White Coat Patch. At OUWB, we wear our values on our sleeve. The White Coat Ceremony is a very special event, and we have a number of honored guests here that I would like to welcome. I wish to recognize them now to express our gratitude for being here in support of our school, and especially our students. I want to first call your attention to a member of our OUWB faculty, who is the president of Oakland University, Dr. Ora Hirsch-Peskovitz. Also from Oakland University, Provost Dr. James Lentini. We're also honored to have the chair of the Board of Trustees for Oakland University, Mr. David Tull. Oakland University Vice President, Government and Community Relations, Rochelle Black, not here yet. And Oakland University Vice President of Communications and Marketing, John Young. From Beaumont, please welcome the President of the Beaumont Hospital Royal Oak, Nancy Sussick. And Senior Vice President and Chief Medical Officer of Beaumont Hospital Royal Oak, Dr. Leslie Roche. You will hear more from Dr. Roche in just a few minutes as he's participating in our program today. I wanted to introduce somebody who's not here at the moment and is also one of our speakers. The president of the Royal Oak Beaumont Medical Staff, Dr. James Robbins, and I'm hoping he's going to make it, but he is a surgeon. So there's a good possibility he has a reason why he's not here at the moment, but hopefully he's going to be here and participate in the second half of our program. And when he walks in, I'll introduce him to you all. I'd also like to introduce Mary Zatina from Beaumont's Government Relations. Thank you. There is no medical school without the members of the administrative staff and team of OUWB, and I'd like you to see who they are now. I'm going to ask that the assistant and associate deans rise and remain standing. I'd also like our department chairs to join them and remain standing. These are our leaders. And now I'd like you to meet the faculty who are here as well. They are the faculty members of the Department of Foundational Medical Studies, and there are a number of Beaumont physicians who are faculty members of our clinical departments. If you'd rise also, please. Thank you. This is the heart of our medical school. Thank you all for coming and for your support each and every day. To all of the guests of our students from the class of 2023, I bid you welcome. Many of you have come here from quite a distance to celebrate with us and participate in this ceremony. We're really happy that you're here. We also recognize that there are some students whose family could not make the trip to be with them. For that, we are streaming this event live on our website so that many of these family members and friends can watch, and we welcome you also to the ceremony. At this time, I want to extend a sincere thanks to the Student Affairs Office who prepared for Orientation Week and White Coat Ceremony. I'm speaking of the team that work on behalf of Associate Dean for Student Affairs, Sandra LeBlance. Thank you. And with that, I'm going to turn the program now over to Associate Dean Sandra LeBlance, who will introduce you to the class and we'll learn more about them.
Thank you, Dean Meswa. So welcome, family and friends, and welcome, class of 2023. We asked the students to share information about themselves, and I would like to take a few minutes and tell everyone about these remarkable individuals. While I do that, please enjoy a slideshow presentation of the newest additions to the OUWB family. You, the class of 2023, are an amazing group. You are well-traveled, having visited over 100 countries, including Armenia, Belize, Costa Rica, Dominican Republic, England, France, Germany, Hungary, India, Jamaica, Korea, Lebanon, Mexico, Nicaragua, Oman, Peru, Qatar, Switzerland, Thailand, United Arab Emirates, Vatican City, and Wales. You have completed studies at over 35 different undergraduate institutions, and over the past 4 years, you've been cheering with mascots such as anteaters, badgers, banana slugs, billikens, bisons, Britons, Bruins, bulldogs, cavaliers, chippewas, cougars, demon deacons, eagles, gators, gauchos, gophers, griffins, grizzlies, hawks, highlanders, huskies, knights, minutemen, panthers, pioneers, rams, raptors, ravens, Spartans, sun devils, tars, thunderbirds, warriors, wildcats, and wolverines. We asked you about your hobbies, and here's what you had to say. So many of you mentioned that you love to be in or around the water, so you will all be very happy here in the Great Lakes State. Some students prefer to be in the water with activities such as swimming, water skiing, scuba diving, or surfing, while others like to be either lounging out at the beach or playing a game of volleyball in the sand. Our new students like to go boating and sailing in the open water, or spend a leisurely day kayaking, paddleboarding, or fishing. Among this class, we have those who have played team sports such as baseball, basketball, bowling, football, soccer, hockey, tennis, and track and field. Your favorite ways to stay active outdoors is snowboarding, playing golf, frisbee, biking, hiking, and skiing. To maintain personal fitness, some of you run and participate in triathlons. Others tend to go for an indoor workout with yoga, weightlifting, boxing, kickboxing, jiu-jitsu, Zumba, rock climbing, or bouldering. We have ballroom dancers and those who enjoy Latino dancing, in particular, the salsa. Outdoor activities you enjoy include gardening, camping, horseback riding, and my absolute favorite, beekeeping. When you're not studying, you enjoy listening to music, collecting old records, and playing musical instruments. This group loves going to concerts and music festivals. Here among us today, we have students who can play the guitar, drums, flute, piccolo, piano, cello, ukulele, dielruba, and harmonium. Some of you like to sing. We can't wait to enjoy your many talents. We expect to smell some really delicious meals being heated up in the medical student lounge, because if you're not cooking, you're watching cooking shows. The class of 2023 is made up of individuals who enjoy trying new recipes, baking, grilling, and barbecuing. There is a meal prepper in the group who will probably help those interested to save money and valuable time when you're busy studying. Some of you might not love cooking, but you do enjoy trying new restaurants, visiting coffee shops, or tasting foods and sweets from various regions. Some of you are already advocates for wellness because you've told us how important it is to stay connected to family and friends for support. Embrace your spirituality, share best practices with others through your blogs, listen to podcasts, and stay connected to your church. Some of you take time out to play with your dogs or to watch Netflix with your cat. You donate your time to motivational speaking and youth mentorship because you believe volunteering and giving back to others is its own reward. The artists among you enjoy drawing, painting, working with ceramics, scrapbooking, and photography. You don't have to be an artist to appreciate beautiful work. Some of your favorite places to visit are museums and art fairs. Other activities that you enjoy include crocheting, botany, reading, creative writing, studying foreign languages, collecting watches, and collecting funky socks, shopping, keeping up with fashion trends, and working on cars. We asked you to tell us something interesting about you, and this is what we learned. One of you is a published author. 2 of you can juggle. 11 of you are Oakland University graduates. Your class has some pretty interesting stories about animals. You love horseback riding, raising baby lovebirds. You've owned a pet llama. You've rescued baby ducks. And one of you has a pet gecko who doesn't have a tail. You've kept a goldfish alive for 2 years, and one of you has been attacked by a monkey. Some of you thrill seekers have climbed an active volcano and the Sydney Harbor Bridge, hiked the Bavarian Alps, jumped out of a plane, snorkeled the Great Barrier Reef, have gone parasailing, and accidentally drove through a tornado. One of you has a twin, and someone in the room has 100 first cousins. Each year, we have at least one student who is a Chipotle fanatic, and someone reports watching The Office more than once. This year, it was 3 times. That is 603 episodes. We found out when you like something, you give it all you've got. You continue to play the sport you love no matter how many injuries or surgeries you've had, which was 8. You will dedicate your time to learn another language, such as Arabic, Chinese, Korean, Russian, and Spanish. If you're passionate about letter writing, you will write and receive over 1,000 letters. You will take a road trip right before you start med school and make it through 41 states. You can easily recite 60 digits of pi. 60 digits of pi. You will hold the record for the most three-pointers in a single basketball game. You will ski 135 days in a single winter season. If you like scuba diving, you become a master scuba diver. You will earn a black belt in Taekwondo, and you won't give up on people who deserve second chances. We look forward to this level of intensity from all of you, starting today, continuing throughout your journey through medical school. Class of 2023, you have spent well over 110,000 hours providing service to your local community, school, and abroad. Some of your favorite service projects were tutoring and mentoring refugee students. You weren't afforded many opportunities for career development or advice on life skills on your own, so you enjoyed sharing the knowledge that you had learned with others. Mentoring allowed you to reflect on your own experiences and strengthen interpersonal relationship skills. Leading a Girl Scouts Beyond Bars troop for girls and teens who have moms in prison. Your advocacy for justice-involved people has taught you that most people are better than their worst action, and that you are capable of empowering those who are often forgotten. Your international volunteer HQ trip to the Philippines to teach kindergarten English truly brought you out of your comfort zone in the best way possible. You experienced a different culture, foods, and realities, while providing an opportunity to grow as a person. This is a very humbling and rewarding experience. You were a bystander intervention trainer, and your role was to speak to groups of 30 to 80 students and not only empower them to speak out to prevent instances of sexual assault, but also to facilitate a conversation regarding consent and gender equality. Giving an empowering voice to those who have lost their autonomy gave you purpose and allowed you to be part of the solution, which is something you will also cherish and strive for. Your medical service trips to Nicaragua. It was so interesting for you to see healthcare in the lens of a different country and seeing the different diseases people experience in rural communities. You were able to communicate with the people of the community in Spanish, their native tongue. These trips were a very rewarding experience that put so much into perspective. You volunteered as a GED math tutor at the Grace Centers of Hope. The center works to help individuals who are victims of abuse, substance abuse, and homelessness to rebuild their lives through life skills development, education, and faith. It was a humbling experience for you to listen to so many individuals' stories and struggles, help empower them with knowledge, and simply be a source of support. You founded a nonprofit organization that partnered with a federal program to provide free tutoring to students affected by gang violence in an East Cleveland neighborhood. This was really important to you because of obstacles you had to overcome in order to make this organization successful. Your favorite volunteer experience was with Proyecto Avance Latino Mentoring Association, an education promotion organization that serves Latino families in the Ypsilanti, Ann Arbor area. You were a tutor and mentor for an elementary school student for 3 years. In addition to helping your student with her homework, you simply chatted. Over time, you learned about her life at home and the difficulties she and her family endured. Your experiences with Palma motivated you to pursue a medical education to help provide care to patients from all backgrounds. There are too many wonderful stories to share today, but I can assure you they all had one common theme: the passion for service to others and wanting to make a difference. We look forward to the many positive ways you will serve and contribute to the OUWB community. So thank you, class of 2023, for sharing with us a bit about yourselves. We look forward to learning much more about you in the next 4 years. So now, on to your white coats. The donning of the white coat marks the beginning of each student's journey to becoming a physician. For more than 100 years, the white coats have been worn by physicians and students, symbolizing the trust between patient and physician. Today, in the presence of families and friends, our students will be welcomed into the profession and ceremonially cloaked by their PRISM faculty mentor. The PRISM mentor is a Beaumont physician who will guide a group of 16 students over the next 4 years. This mentor will provide support for students as they grow both personally and professionally. We feel it is most fitting for the mentor to mark this event by assisting each student with their coat for the first time. Our physician mentors for the class of 2023 are Dr. Hanan Al-Salani, Pediatrics, Dr. Susan Bork, Emergency Medicine, Dr. Barbara Herzig, Psychiatry, Dr. Ellie Mulhem, Family Medicine, Dr. Neetu Sharma, Internal Medicine and Nephrology, Dr. John Tu, Internal Medicine, Dr. Kurt Wharton, Obstetrics and Gynecology, Dr. Angela Xavier, Internal Medicine. By establishing this ritual at the beginning of medical school, we are reinforcing the notion that the responsibilities of a physician start today. This ceremony highlights the primacy of the doctor-patient relationship and the obligation to strive for excellence, show compassion, and to lead lives of righteousness and honor. Students, each of you will find in the pocket of your white coat a note from a Beaumont physician. It is a note of inspiration and encouragement, written by a Beaumont physician as a special welcome to the OUWB family. I'd now like to invite to the stage Dr. Leslie Roche, Senior Vice President and Chief Medical Officer of Beaumont Hospital Royal Oak and Professor of Internal Medicine for OUWB School of Medicine.
Good afternoon, everyone. I, too, would like to extend a warm welcome and a heartfelt congratulations to all the members of the class of 2023 and their families. I'd like to say a few words and begin with a historical perspective that may shed some light on today's ceremony. In the 19th century, the physician dress code was formal and somber. Black suits were the standard. But the turn of the 20th century brought the practice of medicine a newfound emphasis on science, antisepsis, and professionalism, and with that, the adoption of the white coat as the physician's uniform. William Osler, the preeminent physician scientist of that era, summarized the then new but now enduring sentiment of professionalism as follows. The practice of medicine is an art, not a trade, a calling and not a business. The white coat ceremony itself is a newer tradition, first introduced in 1993 at Columbia University by Dr. Arnold Gold, a pediatric neurologist. It rapidly received almost universal adoption because the white coat, as you've heard, symbolizes many of the ideals of medical practice. professionalism, practice rooted in scientific knowledge, and integrity. At Columbia's second such ceremony in 1994, the idea of the white coat as a cloak of compassion was developed, in an important reflection that resonates well with the core philosophies of our medical school and Beaumont Health. I'd like to leave you with a final thought that represents for me the essence of what it means to wear a white coat. It was published in the Journal of the American Medical Association in 1927, written by Francis Weld Peabody, a revered physician, scientist, and educator at Harvard Medical School, the same year that he died of metastatic sarcoma at the age of 46. And he wrote this: "The good physician knows his patients through and through, and his knowledge is bought dearly. Time, sympathy, and understanding must be lavishly dispensed, but the reward is to be found in that personal bond which forms the greatest satisfaction of the practice of medicine. One of the essential qualities of the clinician is interest in humanity, for the secret of the care of the patient is in caring for the patient." I hope that when you slip on your white coat here today and in the future, you'll remember its symbolism and be inspired to do your best. Congratulations again to the class of 2023 as you continue on your lifelong journey of becoming exceptional doctors. Congratulations.
Thank you, Dr. Roche. I'd now like to invite to the stage Dr. James Robbins, Surgeon Extraordinaire and President of Royal Oak Beaumont.
Tell I'm the surgeon. I'm the guy that came running in just a little bit late. I was detained in the operating room, so I apologize, but glad I made it in time to enjoy the honor of being here with you. I'd also like to extend my congratulations to the class of 2023 and tell you that reflecting on today and looking out at you and thinking about your futures, I have to tell you that I'm jealous. You have an extraordinary future ahead of you. You live in an amazing time. I'm here on behalf of the Royal Oak medical staff, and we all want to say that we look forward to getting to know you. We look forward to working with you. We look forward to helping to guide you on this journey to becoming extraordinary doctors, and we have every confidence that you will do just that. The fact that you're sitting in these seats means that you have accomplished great things. You didn't get here by accident. You will, in the coming days and coming years, have moments, I promise you, of doubt, of wondering why you're here, and wondering whether you should be here. But you should be here. You've earned this. Unfortunately, along that journey, you will also hear some voices of doubt, some internal and some external, some references to your unique position in history. You millennials, you will hear implications, some subtle, some not so subtle, that perhaps if you look back on Sir William Osler's generation, you'll find a better generation of doctors. I promise you that people with gray hair have a tendency to think that our generation was better. But I'm going to let you in on a secret. Even though most people will disagree, I promise you this is true. There is not a better generation. I happen to know this. I happen to know this because I have had the pleasure of working as an educator for a number of years. I've had the privilege of being a clerkship director. I have had the privilege of mentoring many of your immediate predecessors. I have seen what it's like in the trenches, and I remember what it's like in the trenches for me too. And I can tell you that this generation works as hard as any that came before it. You're absolutely as dedicated as any that came before. And if you look at the incredible tools that you have available to you in this modern world, your generation, your class of doctors will be better prepared, better skilled, and simply better all the way around than the rest of us, and I'm jealous of you. Enjoy that trip, enjoy that journey, and make sure that you open your eyes and be awake to what you're witnessing, both in terms of these great traditions, what it means to wear the white coat, what it means to have this incredible honor of caring for patients, of studying medicine, of practicing medicine, because you will be surrounded by some, I dare say, and I'm sorry to let you in on this, occasional negative voices. Those negative voices are nothing new. A medical student, I can tell you, recently relayed to me his story of preparing to enter his journey into becoming a doctor, sitting exactly where you're sitting. And he was to become a third-generation doctor. His father, of all people, told him that the best days had passed, that unfortunately he was entering the study of medicine and the practice of medicine at a time when it no longer meant what it used to mean back in the old days when doctors first started wearing white coats. Unfortunately, so the narrative goes, you're entering at a time when you're going to lose your autonomy, you're going to lose your ability to make decisions. These decisions are going to be made by committees, many formed by the government. It's not going to mean what it used to mean, and as a consequence, you're not going to have the prestige that doctors used to have, and you're not going to be able to earn the remuneration that doctors used to have. This isn't something that was told to me last week, last month, or last year. This is from 1959. That's what my grandfather told my father when he started medical school in 1959. My father didn't think that sounded right. I mean, think about what a doctor can do for a patient in 1959. My grandfather was a very busy OBGYN. He was a wonderful doctor. He took great care of patients. He had tremendous compassion. But he didn't have antibiotics until fairly recently. They didn't have modern diagnostic studies. In fact, in the long history of medicine, I think people generously point out that it's about the last 100 years that we've really been able to do anything for patients that help them, other than provide compassion. You're going to be able to do incredible things for patients. The things that we're able to do today, you're going to look back someday and laugh at. And I'm glad that I'm going to be here to see it, because you're going to be taking care of me and you're going to keep old people like me alive for decades to come. And it's going to be incredible. So when you hear those internal doubts, those external doubts, don't believe it. It's not true. Look at the empirical evidence. Look at the progress that's been made generation by generation. It's simply illogical to say, well, yeah, things are incredibly good right now. It's so much better than it was when my father was practicing, when his father was practicing, and way better than when his father was practicing. But going forward, for you, it's going to come to a stop right now. Nonsense. You're going to take advantage and harness modern technology, modern innovation, and apply those same age-old principles of what it takes to be a doctor, to be a compassionate doctor, to don that white coat, and as a symbol of our respect for you, of the medical staff's celebration of this journey, we're very proud to be able to provide each of you with a stethoscope, hearkening back to old days when doctors touched patients, when doctors listened to patients, because those days are not gone. You're going to, despite all the technology that you have available to you and that you are going to use throughout your career, you're still going to touch people. You're still going to listen to people. You're still going to be compassionate. And I want to let you know that on behalf of the medical staff, we're proud of you. We're glad that you're here. We celebrate you on this journey. This is a time in your life that you're going to look back on with joy. You have some hard days ahead of you. You've got lots of struggle, but you're going to form some lifelong friendships, lean on each other, depend on each other, learn from each other. It's going to be a great ride. If you're not enjoying it, you're doing it wrong. So remember to do it right. Congratulations.
Thank you, Dr. Robbins. So we are now moving on to the white coats. So we're going to have you practice your dexterity, get your fingers ready, make sure your white coats are unbuttoned before you give them to your mentor to put them on you. So I'd like to invite Dr. Hanan Al-Salani's group to please stand and approach the stage. Dr. Hanan Al-Salani, please join me on this stage. And as I call each student's name, please come forward to be coded. Bilal Ali. Nicholas Eng. Zachary Armstrong. Margaret Bohr. Megan Brycely. Camila Coscardo. Nicole Haggerty. Alice Ho. Eric James. Nicholas McMillan. Amelia Nager. Paul Patel. Lou Pham. Brittany Silverman. Adam Wall. Aiden Zubak. I would now like to invite Dr. Susan Bork to the stage. Yasmin Ubukshakar. Tarek Almsadi. Monib Bugrara. Erica Burkett. Susan Duong. Kevin Ead. Damilula Badebo. Stephanie Jabro. Austin Lehue. Claire McNary. Mohammed Idris. Mary Nowlin. Skylar Porcaro. Elizabeth Seeley. Umin Suruwardi. Haley Walton. I'd now like to invite Dr. Barbara Herzig to the stage. Kimberly Onyedike. Omar Buksh. One more time, that was Omar Buksh. Anna Carmen. Fat Zhang. Jordan Enns. Mohammed Hussein Gandor. Caitlin Hansen. Harry Jawandu. Mina Durgis. Eduardo Leon. Stephanie Rosinski. Aiden Naram. Caitlin Padarocki. Siddharth Ramanathan. Rayhan Tariq. Catherine Wheeler. I'd now like to welcome to the stage Dr. Ellie Mulhelm. Ian Armstrong. Karen Bersani. Kwong Kao. Jody Esquerru. Mashed Faraj. Benjamin Goldstein. Miriam Hermes. Jithan John. Kelsa Kaziak. Maxwell Lee. Mary Nujar. Delia Ramon. Richard Ramirez. Sukhmani Singh. Ashley Williams. I would now like to invite Dr. Netu Sharma to the stage. Saket Akula. Corey Carney. Justine Chi. Rania Bardus. Payam Fodavat Amadi. Rahun Gupta. Amanda Herreru. Joshua Jones. Nayiri Kachadorian. Ryan Lindstrom. Shivam Patel. Dana Richter. Joseph Rodriguez. Ramona Stamutin. Ryan Wu. Unfortunately, Dr. John Tu is unable to be here today. He is attending his daughter's white coat ceremony. So, taking his place for today, I'd like to invite our dear friend, Dr. Varsha Karamchandani of Psychiatry to the stage. Dr. Karamchandani has served as a PRISM mentor multiple times over the years, and she is now one of our course directors. Tajuldin Al-Hassani. Michael Balsi. James Clemens. Rania Dabul. Jessica Feinstein. Benjamin Galen. Mahmoud Hijazi. Mallory Hovett. Neil Cotter. Sharon Kim. Batul Nasser. Joshua Paul. Sienna Ringenberg. Andrew Shanholzer. Rachel Truland. Brent Yelton. Thank you, Dr. Karamchandani. I'd now like to invite Dr. Kurt Wharton to the stage. Hazem Alakras. Mark Bannykid. Anna Bruins. Benjamin Kular. Sarah Diltz. Christiana Fungai. I apologize, that was Fungai. James Gannon. Yusuf Ibrahim. Doyle Lang. Nicole Lewis. Jordan Menzer. Han No. Mitchell Fenig. Stephanie Ross Kelly. Christian Skoronsky. Christina Twall. I would now like to invite to the stage Dr. Angela Xavier. Michael Burgoyne. Kaylee Bullock. Joshua Daniel. Jessica Dorschner. Zachary Gaudette. Brianna Gibney. Charlene Shaw. Christopher Essa. Andrew Lee. Natalie Leogas. Nicholas Milkey. Jennifer Wynn. Abiba Salahu. Jonathan Stone. Brianna Walter. Thank you, and let's give our students one final round of applause.
So thank you, Dean LeBlanc. I think we have to keep it going. You guys look so good from up here. I mean, this pure sea of white, it looks fantastic. I mean, it really looks great. So on that high note, I'd really like to share with you another happy occasion that we celebrated recently. On May 10th, we graduated our 5th class from OUWB. It was only 4 years ago that the class of 2019 received their first white coats. Right now, it may seem like a long way off, but I'd like you to take a look how you'll go from here, where you're at right now, to up there.
You know, there's so much that comes with the title, doctor. And you have worked so hard to get to this moment, and if you can wait just a little bit longer, soon you will be called doctor.
Your class is very special, and that you have journeyed through this medical school experience with true care and compassion for each other.
My favorite part were definitely the people. I felt like over the course of these last 4 years, I met such incredible people. We were initially classmates studying together here at O'Dowd. We went to the hospital together and worked in clerkships, and I felt like we went from being classmates to being, future colleagues, and these people have become my family. So I feel like over the course of these 4 years, these people have just become people I'm going to know for the rest of my life.
On this day, we advance from medical student to medical doctor. We commit to lifelong learning and will endeavor to always be a master of our craft while taking care to admit what we do not know.
Class of 2019, your energy and your spirit will remain with us forever. And for that, we are grateful. We wish you well as you embark on the next adventures of your lives. Dr. Emil Mualem, Dr. Barbara Sharon Gordon, Dr. Trevor Tooley, Dr. Jennifer Okumbawa.
I am really ecstatic that I'm having this opportunity to be the first physician in my family, and I'm excited about the opportunity to also help patients in my next transition of this career.
Knowing that I'm going to be called doctor is a great feeling of honor, and I know that it comes with a great deal of responsibility, but it's such a privilege to be able to carry it.
The conclusion of this speech is actually our beginning. It is the start of the most exciting, longest lasting, and highest impact part of our lives.
Starting today, you too have a new identity. Imagine that even at this very moment, as we celebrate your entry into the fellowship of physicians, someone, somewhere on this planet is on a track to intersect with you.
To finish it off, I just want to reiterate how proud I am of all of you, including the first, second, and third year medical students. Wherever you're heading off to, they're lucky to have you. Congratulations.
Even though I've been planning for it my whole life, I never thought the day would come that I was actually called doctor. I feel an incredible sense of accomplishment and just pure joy, and it's a day that I never thought would actually come true sometimes.
Wow, we made it. Congratulations to everyone sitting here in the class of 2019. Can we take a moment to give all of our spouses, parents, family members, and friends a huge round of applause for all the support they've given us.
You have a responsibility to care for others, and I cannot think of any better physicians than you to take care of the ones we love.
Well, that truly was a special day, and I really look forward to sharing that with you in 4 short years. Believe it or not, it'll come very quickly, and it'll be a great day for all of us, so I anticipate that with a lot of joy. There were a lot of smiling faces in that video. I think in the days that come ahead where you may have some self-doubt, this is probably something worth putting on your desktop and maybe watching it, and it might just kick you just enough to keep on going. So it's really a great 2 minutes. Might help. Everyone who supported them was smiling that day. They had many reasons to celebrate, the most immediate being called doctor for the very first time. The class of 2019 stood where you are just 4 years ago at their white coat ceremony. Today, these alumni are applying their OUWB training in residencies all over the country. Some of these places include Yale, Stanford, Hopkins, University of Michigan, and yes, Beaumont Health. It really was a joy to celebrate with them. Class of 2023, as today your medical school journey is about to begin, and believe me, it is a life-changing one, no doubt. Earlier this week, I shared some of my journey with you when we met for the first time. I told you about a career of over 40 years in diagnostic radiology at Beaumont Health. There were about 275 in my class at Wayne State. We had no white coat ceremony. However, I do remember feeling incredibly grateful and thinking about my exciting new future when I began my medical school training. I've worn many white coats over the decades, but I've never forgotten how it felt to put on that very first one. It feels pretty good, doesn't it? And that stethoscope around your neck, it might be a little awkward, but you'll get used to it. You've heard a little about the history of the white coat ceremony, and I'd like to reiterate just some of the important points. It is definitely a rite of passage. It's an event that welcomes students to the medical profession, and it promotes the value of humanism as the core of healthcare and one of the values that we hold close to us at OUWB. It emphasizes the compassion and scientific excellence that makes up that practice of medicine. The code itself holds a lot of significance. It is associated with science, and a symbol of the medical profession is based on scientific inquiry. We've heard that in the late 1800s, lab coats were worn by scientists to protect their skin and clothing from substances they were working on in their labs. In the 19th century, physicians began wearing the coats to distinguish themselves as medical professionals who had academic credentials. It symbolized the new belief of physicians as scientists, that medicine is based on sound scientific principles and research. It is the uniform of medicine, and by wearing this uniform, you are accepting a new level of responsibility. This opportunity to attend medical school is truly a privilege. It obligates you to make the most of your time here with us and to lend a hand to someone who did not get here. We saw something in each and every one of you. We chose and invited you above all others to be here. You had a combination of qualities and indicated where you were, that you were a fit for the OUWB culture. We heard from Dean LeBlanc to describe the diverse and intellectual characteristics that make up this extraordinary class, and truly we are impressed. We have all the confidence in you. In the months ahead, your world will be changing quickly, and you'll be amazed at just how much you'll adjust. You'll run on information overload, but the excitement will keep you going. And you'll amaze yourself at how you put into practice the new techniques that you learn each day. Yes, during the flu season, you'll be capable of giving a flu vaccination at a health fair screening. That's a pretty good feeling. Before you know it, you'll be in the anatomy lab. Your first patients will be those who have donated their bodies to medicine. As you learn about an organ system in class, you'll also study that system in the lab, holding the organs of your donor patient and examining the valves of her heart. These are the moments that you will remember for a lifetime. Just as you begin to develop your routine, it will be time to take some important tests, but please don't panic. We're there to prepare you and support you and remind you that why you're here in medical school. As we say at OUWB, you're more than just a score. You're in school because in the future, we as patients will depend upon you for our care. At OUWB, studying for your future patients has everything to do with communication. We know this to be so important that we developed a course on it, and it's called The Art and Practice of Medicine. It's designed specifically to help you develop clinical reasoning and listening techniques, and you'll be practicing with our standardized patients. You'll learn to listen with focused attention to gather the patient's entire background to understand the entire whole patient. And this unique training will help you to make a complete diagnosis that you will deliver with compassion and empathy. On your journey through school, you'll learn that you will be a member of your patient's entire medical team. You'll learn how to care for your patients by communicating effectively with the other medical professionals that care for them. To put this into practice, we launched an interprofessional course with the University of Detroit Mercy School of Dentistry. This course brings together medical and dental students in one room. As classmates, you'll discover how healthcare professionals collaborate for the benefit of all their patients. We're excited for you to participate in this course. It's another opportunity for you to realize your goal of becoming a physician trained at OUWB, a physician who is competent, compassionate, communicative, and culturally aware. Class of 2023, you've now conquered orientation. You're wearing your very first white coat, and you have your stethoscope in place. And now there's only one thing left to do before we finish for today, and that's to recite the Oath of Geneva. This is the physician's pledge to honor the humanitarian goals of medicine. The next time you recite the oath, it will be at graduation, and it will be a different oath. It'll be your oath. As a class, you will write together with the guidance of our professors in the concentrations of medical humanities and clinical bioethics. You will construct your own oath. Now I ask you to please rise and turn to the oath that is in your event program. I also invite all the physicians in the room to rise and reaffirm your commitment to medicine by reciting the oath with our class. So together, please. At the time of being admitted as a member of the medical profession, I solemnly pledge to dedicate my life to the service of humanity. The health and well-being of my patient will be my first consideration. I will respect the autonomy and dignity of my patient. I will remain in the utmost respect for human life. I will not permit considerations of age, disease, or disability, creed, ethnic origin, gender, nationality, political affiliation, race, sexual orientation, social standing, or any other factor to intervene between my duty and my patient. I will respect the secrets that are confided in me, even after the patient has died. I will practice my profession with conscience and dignity in accordance with good medical practice. I will foster the honor and noble traditions of the medical profession. I will give my teachers, colleagues, and the students respect and gratitude that is their due. I will share my medical knowledge for the benefit of the patient and the advancement of healthcare. I will tend to my own health, well-being, and abilities in order to provide the highest standard. I will not use my medical knowledge to violate human rights, civil liberties, even under threat. I make these promises solemnly, freely, and upon my honor. I ask the class of 2023 to remain standing and all others to please be seated. I think this would be an ideal time to have you look around the room and say thank you to all the family members, loved ones, and friends who brought you to this day. Now I ask all of us to congratulate the class of 2023. Please be seated. So I'd like to conclude the ceremony with just one final challenge to the class of 2023. At the turn of the last century, Buckminster Fuller was an American visionary and architect who invented the geodesic dome like the one you see at Epcot. I'd like to share with you a quote from him that I often read to myself. It's called "Dare to Be Yourself." It goes like this: "Never forget that if there weren't any need for you and all your uniqueness to be on this earth, you wouldn't be here in the first place. And never forget, no matter how overwhelming life's challenges and problems seem to be, that one person can make the difference in the world. In fact, it is always because of one person that all the changes that matter in the world come about. So I challenge you to be that one person." Class of 2023, you've taken your first steps in your medical school journey. I hope that you will always know that everyone in this room is happy that you are here at OUWB, and please welcome to the family.